Hello everyone, welcome back. This is tutorial number 2 for jQuery, and today we will discuss that how to use jQuery in our project. So I'm using ASP.NET applications. You can use any other language if you are using. jQuery will behave similarly as I'm going to show you over here. Okay, so this is the ASP.NET page, and what I'm going to do here, first of all, before moving forward, last time when I discussed that there are two files, one is the development file and one is the production file. The production file and development files both are same. The difference is their size. So how the size is different? So this is the production version which I am going to use. So if I open it, so you see you can easily read it. There is some comments are written there, variables, functions. So if you have a knowledge of JavaScript, you can easily read it. But if you go to min.js file, which is the minified version, so this is a little difficult to read because in this file there is the difference between the development file and this file is that this file is not having the spaces, tabs. So these all things has been removed to make it more size-wise less. So that is the difference. So it's up to you that which version you want to use. So whatever version we are using, we can use it. So first of all, let us see what is the difference between JavaScript and the jQuery and how the jQuery is dominating over the JavaScript. So let me create a method where I'm going to find a button and apply a click event on it. So for that, in the body tag, let me remove this form. We don't need right now anything related to Run@Server. server. So this example is demonstrating on the client-side scripting. So what I'm going to do here, I'm just saying script type equals to JavaScript type. And here what I will do in the body tag itself, I will create a button in a div. So I will take input type equals to button, and I'll give some ID equals to, say, btn. Click me. So that is the ID, and value I will say value equals to click me. So this is the button which I have created. Now I want to apply a click event on it and want to show a message on that. So for that, what I will use the window dot onload method, and I want to execute an anonymous method function. So in JavaScript, how to find an element is by using get element by ID. So document dot get element by ID, and I need to give this name to find that element, get element by ID. And if you want to add a event, you say add event listener, and I want to apply click event and click, sorry, okay, and I want to execute a method on this. So for that, let me create a method under the script. So in JavaScript, we create the function like this and say click handler. Okay, so here I'll say alert button is clicked. Okay, so I want to call this method over here. So on click, I want to call the click event handler method, and next parameter is false. That's it. So this is what I am going to use. So let me run the application. So this is getting executed in my Internet Explorer. Let me take it on Internet Explorer instead of. So let me open it over here. Let me paste it here. Enter. Okay, so you can see this click event, click button, and when I click on it, it is giving a pop-up message by saying button is clicked. Now let us see one more thing over here. So let me open the developer tools. So you need to press F12. Okay, so here I am running on Internet Explorer 11. Let me go to the version which is prior to 8. Say I'm selecting 7, and let me rerun it. Okay. So see that it does not work. Let me go to my console, and it is throwing an error by saying object does not support property event listener. So this is the problem with the JavaScript. Actually, it is not cross-browser compatible, as we have seen this in this example, that this particular add listener method did not work. So if you are having, it is very rare. It is very rare that you are running now these days older version, but in few of the cases, still people they use the older version. So in that case, this particular JavaScript is failed. Now, how to resolve this? How this particular method is I want to execute it. I want to execute it in all the browsers. Then the best option is that you need to use. There is an alternative. There is an alternative. The alternative is that you can write if condition, if document dot add listener. So you are saying here, if document dot add listener means if this is not null, then execute this. Else, so after version 8, there is a new method introduced, so which is supported by 8 or more than 8 version of IE. So we can use that. So I say instead of add listener, that is attach event. Okay, and it takes 2 parameters. And click is not click, it is basically on click. So let me save it, Control S, let me build it. Okay, so let me refresh it now. So I will use the same method to my Internet Explorer. Sorry, my system is a little slow. Now if I click on this, so okay, so if I click on this, it says button is clicked. Now let me open the developer tools, F12. And now let me select the older version. It's taking some time. Okay. So I'm taking version 7. Okay, let me refresh it. So now there is no error. Okay, if I click it, it gives me. So now my code is working for all the versions of Internet Explorer. But if you see over here that how much code I have written. I have written a code which is, starting from here and all this. Now let us see how do we achieve this with the help of jQuery. So for jQuery, first of all, first thing what you need to do, let me remove all this code first of all. Okay. And what I will do, I will add a reference. Now it is up to you whether you want to add a reference of your production main file or your JS file. So I will go with the main file. The reason is that when I give it to the production, so I need not to do any changes. Yes, if I need to do any debugging, then I will use jQuery development version. Okay, so here, first thing, you need to add a reference. So I added that reference, jQuery. Next is in the script file. Okay, so script was already written here, sorry. So this is the script. And now I'll say jQuery. So jQuery method is available as soon as you give the reference to this library. So I'm saying document dot ready. So document.ready indicates when your complete object DOM, document object model is loaded. Means your Windows, all the controls and everything is loaded. Okay. So what I want to do, when the document is ready, I want to execute a function. What function I want to execute? I'm saying function. This is an anonymous function, means the function does not have any name. Okay. You can call a function which has the name, but here I'm using an anonymous method. So when the function is ready, first find the get element by ID. So get element by ID is jQuery, right? And here we search the element with the hashtag. So I want to search button click. So I say whose hash means get element by ID dot. What I want to do, I want to click on this. Okay. Once it is clicked, then what I want to execute a method, or I want to, uh, execute a method which basically gives me the alert, and that alert will tell me that button is clicked, the one which I was achieving with that method. Okay, so I'm saying this. Okay, so here basically it will come function when I call this function. Okay, and on click function, what I want to do, I want to just alert, I'll say jQuery method is called. Something, any message you can give. Okay, there is an error expected. Da, 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 da. Let me build it and see. Okay, build is succeeded. I think I'm missing something here. This function ready function, this curly bracket, jQuery button dot click function. Oh, let's see. Okay. So when the document is ready, so this is basically a part of that. I will call the click event, and this is when I call the click event, I want to send an alert. This jQuery method is called. So this is the jQuery. Let me execute it first, and then we will see what is the purpose of this. So I have built it. Let me go back to my jQuery.aspx. Let me refresh it. Okay, so this is running. jQuery method is called. Let me open my developer tool. I want to check now whether it is compatible with the previous version or not. So for that, I'm selecting version 7 and I'm executing this. So let me click on it and you see that it is executed. So in all the cases, this jQuery method is executed and see how much code I have written. I have written only these 4 lines of code. Now let me explain you what I did. First of all, you have to add a reference. Step 1. Step 2. You have to add the script type equals to JavaScript. Under that, jQuery. This jQuery is a method and it also has a alias name. So you can put a dollar symbol as well. So wherever you are writing jQuery, you can write a dollar symbol. So dollar is the alias name of jQuery. So you say dollar document.ready function means when this particular document is ready, when the DOM is loaded, find my button btn click me button and add a click event on this, and when I click on this then execute that method. jQuery method is called and it is also cross. We have seen that it worked for the Internet Explorer 7, Internet Explorer 11 in all the cases. Thanks for watching this and I will come up with the next tutorials. Thank you. Don't forget to subscribe me.